Once you've done the pre-observation, the next thing you'll do is the observation. So you'll click on the Observe tab, and it opens up a text editor right here. There's a couple of features that we'll go through. The first one is this button right here. This will move you into full screen. So if you find it easier to have just a clean, empty space to do the typing of your observation, you can click on that button right there. If you want to exit, you can either click on it again or you can hit the Escape key and it'll take you back to the regular view. This button right here is your undo button, and this is your redo button. So if you accidentally delete or want to change a setting, that's a quick shortcut. You can bold, italicize, and underline. You can make an ordered list or add bullet points. You can insert the date. This is a timestamp right here. So you'll see that this was clicked on and we've got the 2:30 that popped in. If I wanted to add a timestamp again during the observation, you can do that and it'll pop up what time it is. That's a great way to keep track as the lesson goes. And finally, there's an option to insert a template. Right now we just have one template option that you can insert. But if you want to do it in columns for what the teacher said and what the student said, you can do that. So that's how you insert your observation text. Now, I cut and paste really quickly to put that in, but you'll be typing during the observation. And again, you can highlight parts of it and you can align them to different components. So right now I'm just going to highlight that sentence and say that that goes with 2D. If you decide to align it to more than one component, you can do that. You can go ahead and add on additional things. However, if you decide, oh, I didn't want that one, you can click on it again and it'll take it off. It will ask you if you're sure you want to remove that one though. And again, to get out of this full screen mode, you can just click right there and it takes you back to the regular size text editor. You can also switch from the Danielson Instructional to Danielson State if you prefer to align by the 8 criteria. And that is how you type in the text from the observation. Now, once you've had a chance to read over that text and make sure that it says what you want it to say and any errors have been cleaned up, you can click on the Share button right here. And this will allow the teacher to see the notes from the observation. So Share Observation Notes is the first option, and you can click on Yes. And we'll go ahead and talk about these other options too. Allow teachers scoring. It's definitely not a requirement. However, for some teachers, they may find it helpful to their professional practice to go through that same process you're doing of coding and aligning evidence. So if you choose to, if it's appropriate for the teacher, you can click on Yes to allow them to score. Those scores don't show up in the final observation report. It's just a professional development exercise for the teacher. And finally, Share evaluator scores. If you code and align evidence from the observation, those scores will show up in this final report, regardless of how you have this set. However, sharing evaluator scores earlier in the process can allow a teacher to see where you're scoring things and to have a productive conversation about what their next steps might be for growth. So once you have those set the way you want them, you can click on Save Options. And again, that allows the teacher to see this, and based on these sharing settings, it would also allow them to see your scores. However, we haven't scored anything yet. So that's the next step on the observations.